Hey guys, this is Saxon 98 Thermometers. Today should be Wednesday if you're watching this. Okay, we're going to talk about how thermometers work, and I know this is a review for a lot of you, but it's also kind of important for you to know. So make sure you're listening. Make sure you know how to read a thermometer. So remember, the things that are shaded in is kind of like on a thermometer where it's going to be like colored with red liquid, or it's going to fill up a certain amount, okay? So on this one, it says that it is currently 40 degrees. If it's shaded in all the way up like this, it is 40 degrees Fahrenheit. But what we're gonna start working on is how many degrees does that really cover? Okay, so what is the difference between negative 30 degrees and positive 40 degrees? So we're going to talk about this with a number line. On a number line, we really only typically talk about the positive numbers until now. So let's say that 0 is here. Okay, with 0 being in that location, that shows that there's going to be things on the left side. Okay, those numbers are going to be our negative numbers. So we're going to put everything that's negative on the left side. Everything that's positive will go on the right. Okay, so our normal counting numbers like 1, 2, 3, 4, all the way up, 100, 1,000, those are going to go on the right side here. And remember, I have arrows to show that it could go on forever until I stop. Anything that's on the left side will have a negative sign in front of it. So negative 20, negative 1, negative 70, all of those will work over here. Okay, so if we go in order, okay, and then we go in order on the left side, it will be the exact same, just in reverse order. It's going to be a 1 with a negative sign in front. Okay, same thing, negative 2, negative 3, negative 4, and so on and so on. Okay, with this, it shows that the numbers on either side are the exact same. They just go and fan out in the opposite direction. Okay, so make sure that the 0 is squished or sandwiched by ones, kind of like our Oreo sandwich. Okay, then outside of that are going to be my 2s, then my 3s, and my 4s, all the way out. Okay, this is going to tell us how to find the value in between two different numbers, which is exactly what we're going to do on both sides here. Okay, so let's say I wanted to start at negative 3 and positive 2, and I want to know what's in between there. How much space goes in between here? How many numbers are in between? The first thing I'm going to do is make sure that I understand from negative 3 to 0, and then from 0 to positive 2. Okay, so I'm going to take this in two sections. It's kind of like when we do time and we do hours and minutes separately. That's what we're going to do first. We're going to do the negative section and then the positive section and then add them together. Okay, so your first section here, negative 3 to 0. If you want to do bunny hops, you could. Okay, so I'll show you with my red here. 1, 2, 3. There are 3 degrees in between here, or 3 numbers in between. Okay, so this section right here is 3 plus, okay, from 0 to 2, I'm going to bunny hop again. 1, 2. There are 2 degrees or 2 numbers in between there. Okay, then I'm going to add those together. The difference between these 2 numbers is 5. I'm going to do that again using my thermometers here. Okay, so I have negative 30 up to 0. How much is in between negative 30 and 0? So this is counting by tens. Okay, so I'm going to go 10, 20, 30. There's 30 degrees in between here. Plus, then I go from 0 to 40. One bunny hop equals 10. So 10, 20, 30, 40. Okay, and there's 40 in between here. So all together, I'm going to have 70 degrees in between. Okay, so my answer, if I wanted to know how much was in between negative 30 and 40, would be 70 degrees. Last question here. What's the difference between point A and point B? Okay, so down here I made you a new number line. What's the difference? That usually means subtract. However, we have negative and positive numbers. We can just take it in 2 sections. Okay, so section 1 here. How much is it from negative 30 to 0? If I'm counting by 15s, 15, 30. How much is it between 0 and 45? You should know that's 45. Okay, then I'm going to just add those together. 30 plus 45 is 75.